You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day. And smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
From hobby farmers to weekend gardeners and everyone in between, Tractor Supply trusts 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business to make shopping more personal. Together, we're connecting over 2,200 stores with 5G business internet and powering AI so team members can match shoppers with products faster.
You're all set.
This is enriching customer experience. This is Tractor Supply with T-Mobile for Business. Take your business further at T-Mobile.com/now.
With Andrew season ending, I assume, and how do you replace him?
Well, you can't replace an Andrew Thomas. Feel terrible for him. I was able to text with him today. He had his surgery this morning. Everything was successful. But he's a leader, he's a captain, he's great in the locker room, he's a very good football player. So, that's what development of players is all about. So we've had 6 weeks here in the regular season where Evan's taken, I'd say, the majority of right tackle snaps in case something had happened to Jermaine. Azudu has taken left tackle snaps, but then once this happens, you have discussions about how you want to approach it. We'll do a few things here this week, and then ultimately, after Friday's practice, we'll make our decision on how we're going to go with that.
Is moving Jermaine from right to left one of those options?
Yeah, we've talked about that. Again, Jermaine will start out today at the right side. We'll put Azudu in here at the left, and then we'll rotate guys around Dan throughout the week. But however it goes, we'll give the majority of reps to however it sorts out early in practice and Thursday, and then ultimately on Friday. So, but it's you're not going to replace an Andrew Thomas. I feel terrible for him.
Ideally, though, do you want to?
Could Azudu play on the right side, or do you just be looking as a left side guy?
Azudu's we've moved Azudu around quite a bit here. I'd say the last 6 weeks for purposes, but we have Stinney inside who would be one of the first guys inside, and he's really focused on trying to improve over there on the left side throughout one-on-ones, and Evan's done the same thing at the right side in one-on-ones and then look team, and they're both improving, but that's life of a backup. You got to make sure you're ready to go.
Ideally, though, would you prefer to only make as few moves as possible on that O-line, or do you feel comfortable if you have to make multiple moves?
Yeah, I think we'll just do what we think is best. I think it's always easy just to replace one person, but you want to make sure you're doing what's right for the team, because the lines they've been doing a nice job. The 5 of those guys that have played, I know they didn't get a lot of snaps together leading up to the games, but they've really done a nice job of settling in, communicating. And that'll be a big missing part with Andrew. But the next person has to step up, just like Aziz had to do that for Kayvon, just like Slayton had to do that for Malik. That's the expectation of being on the football team and being ready to go when your number's called.
And then will Evan only work on the right side? Continue to only work on the right side?
We've talked about that. There's a potential we could start working him at the left side as well. We're going to focus him on the right side right now, and continue to help develop his game.
Dave, when you look at the work that Azudu has put in from last year, I mean, he was kind of thrown into, this situation almost exact last year, but maybe different circumstances. What have you seen from him this year to know that you have some confidence in how he's grown as a player? Yeah,
he's improved, albeit in practice, in the one-on-ones, in the show team, on the reps that he gets. For Andrew or for whoever else we put him in for. I think Carm and James have done a good job with his development. And again, he's not going to be Andrew. He's going to be Azudu, and just like Evan's going to be Evan. But there's been improvement in a variety of areas with all those younger players, and that's what it needs to be. Regardless of what position it is.
I know you've been in this league a long time, but when you lose a player like Andrew and what he means to this line, to this offense, how do you fight the urge or from someone saying, that's it, the offensive line can't function, you're not going to be able to get to where you need to be offensively because you don't have Andrew anymore?
Yeah, I'd say you don't make any excuses. Injuries happen, and that's why everybody's on this team. We talked about that 2 weeks ago when Slayton had a very productive game against Seattle, or Aziz did some nice things for Kayvon, is everyone's on this team for a reason. They're all working to improve. They're not here just to hold the space. They're working to improve. So when they get their opportunity, they go out there and they do as good of a job as they can do and be themselves and trust their fundamentals, their techniques. But that's why they work so hard and are involved in the meetings and get the reps, because you have to develop those guys that are backups throughout the season, because inevitably you'll have some type of injury, regardless of the spot it is.
What is it about Josh Azudu that you guys think makes him a left tackle? I know, like, during the draft process, he played tackle, but it seemed like he was coming as mostly a guard.
Yeah, again, I'd say Carm and James have done a nice job of developing. He has good feet. He's athletic. He's been working in some at times for Andrew over there with Runyon, just like Evan's been working in there. You have to give all those guys some reps in case they have to go in. He's worked hard to improve his craft, and he'll have an opportunity to go out here these next few days. And again, we'll end up making a decision on Friday once everything's done. I don't want to make one right now on Wednesday before we go out here and have a practice, or tomorrow. So we'll do our due diligence, and he'll be ready to go.
Do you have any
Evan in terms of his development?
Yeah, he's developing. His attitude has been excellent. I think his skill set has improved relative to the technique and fundamentals that James and that Carm are coaching. Got the right kind of attitude. He's been a good teammate through this entire process. And again, if his number is called, then he's going to do everything he can do to be ready to play.
Do you have anybody coming off of their window opening this week?
Nope. Nope.
Given Andrews, obviously, his draft status, and he had played some left tackle.
His what?
Given Andrews' draft status and the fact that he had played some left tackle, certainly in the league. In college.
Andrew?
I'm sorry, Evan.
Oh,
Evan,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You were right to look at me crazy. With Evan, should he be more advanced where he is the next man up?
Yeah, I would just say he's doing everything he can do, and he's improved. And I'd say he's taken to the coaching. His attitude has been positive, and the things that we've asked him to do, he's improved playing at the right tackle position since he's been out here these last 6 weeks of the regular season with the right mindset. He's growing each and every day. And again, if his number's called, I'm confident he'll go in there and do a good job.
What is specifically different about Evan this year? I guess what improvements has he made?
Yeah, again, it's more. I'm talking about practice.
But you still see him in practice every day.
Yeah, again, well, just like I said, his mindset is good, his attitude is good, his technique is improving. He's been a good teammate, and I'm not saying that's different from him in the past, but he's doing everything he can do to be as good as he can be. And you see throughout practice, whether it's one-on-one pass protection, whether it's technique in the running game, not to get too specific on fundamentals and things like that, it has improved.
You went through this last year when Andrew missed a long stretch.
Yeah.
And only the secret that it had a big impact. What did you learn from that? Like how you think you're any better equipped to manage it this year?
Well, I'd say we have different players too. We have some veteran offensive linemen up front that have been playing good football. Runyon, GVR, and Illuminor. They're helpful in the classroom as well. The communication with the 5 of those players, including John Michael, who's a second-year player, have the meeting time, the extra meeting time, the commitment to being really good pros. That's all been helpful. It's not just been helpful for the offensive line; it's been helpful for our quarterback, for the skill guys. They've done a good job of eliminating, negative plays that are crucial on early downs. But again, we're not going to replace an Andrew Thomas. He's one of the better players in the league at his position, but it's the next man up mentality.
Brian, what kind of reception are you expecting for Saquon this Sunday, both from the fans and from his former teammates?
I don't know. I know that I'd say the people that have been around him have a great deal of respect for Saquon. Our job is going to be to do what we need to do. He's a tough player to defend, and we're going to have our hands full.
Couple more.
He is. Yep. I'm sorry.
Going injury front.
Brian
Burns.
Yeah, we got some injuries. Some guys not practicing today. So 2 of the biggest ones will be Dexter, who's got a hip, and Burns, who has a groin. They won't practice today. I'm not going to get into whether I think they'll practice tomorrow. They're day-to-day, Dan. But And Jamie won't either.
How's Graham coming along?
He's making progress, not there yet.
Singletary? Thank you.
Singletary will practice. Yep. Everybody else will practice.
Singletary's going to be falling.
He will practice. Yep, he'll be practicing.
How'd Gillian get hurt?
At practice.
Hey, Dames, is left or right foot on Andrew?
Yeah, again, you know me specific with injuries. He had a Liz Frank. He got it. I saw. Again, I've been texting back and forth with him this morning. It went well. I just feel terrible for him.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.